Buenas noches a todos. Welcome back to Tom Plays Europa Universalis 4 for absolute beginners. We're back with Castile and just sort of gearing up to possibly attack Portugal. So Portugal has been our ally for most of the game. Most of the time they haven't been very helpful. They've been dragging us into wars, and they've also been our main competitor for making colonies. And on this occasion, here, they've really stepped on our toes because we have missions for all this land. So we recently lost our alliance with them because we refused to join in the war that got them some of this land. Well, not as much as they would have got if we'd helped. So they don't seem to have many allies, because they've lost their alliance with us. They've got an alliance with the Papal State, which isn't huge. So I'm kind of thinking maybe the time has come to actually try to attack them. We've got some uprisings coming up. I think they have a slightly higher military technology than us. 22 versus our 21. But we are catching up slowly. Especially because I've got a +3 military advisor, so we're gaining quite a lot of military tech every month. We've also got a limit because we need our heir to become of age before we can declare any wars, which is a no DLC thing, so that wouldn't be a problem if you had the right DLCs. But as it is, we just have to put up with it. Cannot declare war with a Regency Council. Oh yeah, we need to go back and get them. Okay, brilliant. So at the moment I'm just moving troops around. We've got the bulk of our army in mainland Spain, which is going to conquer whatever they have in mainland Portugal. We've also got another army down here, which is a decent size. So I'm going to use that to basically take all of their colonies, to defeat Rio de Prata, and then I'm going to hopefully start moving up towards here, although I don't think I'll be able to get here. One of the things about Portugal is they may have an extremely good navy, whereas ours is a bit outdated. So it's probably going to be our weak point. So we've got the army in South America. Our colonial nations are more or less equal to them in South America, so I think we should be able to defeat them without any big problems. The problem is going to be North America. I don't know if they're going to be able to utterly crush our nations. On the other hand... Ooh, who's this? Powerton. Right, great. On the other hand, we will be taking mainland Portugal, and I've also made another small army down here, which I'm going to use to take Portuguese South Africa. I don't know if they'll come up with an army down here. They may, and they may be able to defeat us. But I think we should have a pretty good edge on them. So I'm not expecting to completely conquer them in one go. Although if I've got the option to vassalize them, I might do it. Because I suppose that would technically make all their colonies our vassals as well. So I was originally hoping for a personal union over them. But it never materialised, unlike the one we randomly got on Poland. So that's the joy of personal unions, I suppose, unless you want to get heavily into the game mechanics. I like to just treat it as it was intended and make royal marriages and hope. So yeah, in this case it hasn't worked. We don't currently have an alliance with Portugal, so we're going to do it the hard way. So what I'm actually expecting to start with is that we'll make an agreement with Portugal to give them all their mainland back in exchange for them pulling out of a certain colonial region, at which point all of their colonies in that region will become ours. So honestly, North America might be favourite, even though we've got missions in South America. We're already, I think, going to be the dominant force down there. to assuage their pain, always. Okay, in that case, I'm going to send a colonist here. I'm going to park the army here as well. Ditto for this one. So we are very nearly there now. I'm going to improve relations with Prussia. What concerns me is that we might find we've got an overwhelming force here and then we're being beaten up in the colonies and we can't do anything about it. I'm not convinced this army is going to count for much against the combined might of California and Caribus, but we can try. Yep, absolutely, no problem there. We do have a papal favour coming up. I'm just wondering if we're better off going for Proclaim Holy War. So that will help us to get manpower. Also, we might be better off not attacking Portugal until they've stopped being Curia controller, which is a bit of a concern. Anyway, let's just speed things up until our heir comes of age. It's a little earlier than I was actually planning to start attacking other colonial nations, because we do actually have an advantage anyway, owing to having 4 colonists and generally more money. Okay, well that's bad, but at the same time it's also good, because Portugal is no longer the papal controller. So while France is also our enemy, and this is the one big problem, we've got maximum stability. So we're just going to gain base tax, which is fine. And this is a big problem, is that we won't be able to have Portugal as an ally after this. And they might have been a very useful ally for taking on France, if we could persuade them to join in. The problem is, as an ally, they constantly draw us into attacks on lands that we actually want, so thinking maybe if we take the lands by force instead. We can just become individually as powerful as we would have been with Portugal. It's a shame in a way, because it's going to stop them from making any more colonies. And of course, you know, we're kind of counting on getting their colonies, but I don't think I can afford that. 16 months of extreme loss of money. Doesn't appeal, I have to say. I might just leave them for a bit. Okay, so they're no longer the papal controller. We have now... Oh, cool. We have now equalled Portugal's military tech. Equalled France's now as well, so we've officially caught up, which is good. Shame about these upcoming... Oh, that's good. It looks like the Sicilian one's stopping. Just got this Charcan one still to come. May not even be our problem anymore, now that Spanish Peru exists. Doesn't mean we won't help, I'm just thinking... Yeah, probably not exclusively our problem. So yeah, it doesn't look like we have any others coming. So I think we're literally just going to be waiting until... Okay, I'll just split that army up. tariffs on coffee. That's Castile, Brazil. I'm not going to do that. I think we'll literally be waiting until the air comes of age. And that's it now. Okay, where are you? You're up there, and it looks like Spanish Peru has just handled you themselves. Okay, brilliant. Right, so where are we up to? Carlos is 14. So I'm sure in some countries they actually take over at 14. But I guess not in Spain. This is good, we can go slightly further away from Portugal. But I've no doubt Castile will let them straight through to attack us. Yeah, it's whether Spanish Canada is going to be big enough to make the difference. Because basically Spanish Canada is the only one we've got that's a reasonable size, and they're not as big as they look because a lot of this is wasteland. So we're going to have an army here, which I don't think is going to get much bigger. And of course there's whatever new Spain you can come up with. That's why I really want to increase the size of our holdings in North America. That and the fact that France has managed to cut us off from a huge area. I don't know if there's anything we can do about it really. It was a good move by France there. Very impressive. Right. Okay, so we're going to need at least 4 generals, I think, for what we're planning. And quite an army there, actually, that might help. Expand colonial borders, yes please. Oh, need to pause. Our diplomat has been discovered in Songhai. So this is an attack I was planning on doing. Yep, unfortunately it wasn't in a position, so we've got 1 claim on Songhai at the moment. I was planning to try and get claims on 3 provinces and move down, which would still probably make more sense than attacking Portugal, but we had to do it sometime. It's 1679. Can't wait forever. How are we doing here? Looks like... well, I don't know for sure, but it looks like we didn't manage to put Habsburgs on anyone's throne, which is a shame. Constitution. Oh, we've got a new idea group. Now, honestly, I'd quite like to do a military idea. I mean, administrative is an option, but I'm not sure we actually need any of them. Whereas the military we could probably do with. So, quality and defensive are the obvious ones. I go with offensive just to balance out defensive ideas. The problem is we're going to have a job putting anything into them. Should probably finish defensive ideas first. Cost hasn't come down particularly. Still, our religious unity is pretty good. I'll tell you what, forget it, let's do it. It's going to cost us for a while, but we will manage. Ah, yeah. There's the war galleon I was building to bolster our fleet slightly. Not really planning to win with the fleet, but I suppose I might try and use this one a bit. nothing else, it'll thin out the older ships a bit for us. Okay, what else? Not a huge amount else to worry about, really. Let's improve relations with Poland, Naples, maybe the Ottomans, just the hell of it. Oh, it looks like they hate us anyway. And we pretty much wait, I think. So hopefully, yeah, probably not going to go for South America is the only thing. I'm just thinking if we did go for South America, we could have an opportunity to annex these. Worth thinking about, I suppose. One way or another. Okay, speed up again. Superbly drilled. Oh, brilliant. Right, we're going to have a military technology cost until 1689. Yeah, okay. I'll work on my ideas instead. Okay. So here we go. I think we're ready. Maybe you just go there, and I will put this ship outside Portugal in the hope of actually causing them some harm. And then I will retrieve a diplomat. Let's retrieve him from the Ottomans. We're not achieving anything there. So let's see. What's it going to take? I mean, will we be better off with a colonialism? I don't know if we will, to be honest. I think we would be better off going straight for Portugal themselves. So we've got great relations, we have a royal marriage. That's going to affect our stability negatively. The papal state will join in, but Russia, Prussia and Austria are going to join in as well. So yeah, I'm going to try to take one of their provinces maybe. Let's take Braganza. Not really after particular provinces. Yeah, I'd rather have Portuguese provinces than anything else. So let's take Porto, because Porto is really good. Seriously? Yeah, bad timing. Very bad timing, because we are going to war. Yep. Yeah, I know. Actually, I should pause. Say I'd forgotten that you actually get some negative effects simply from having good relations. And the royal marriage, of course. Okay, so I think the first thing I should do is start trying to take it down California. It's a little tricky, as Portuguese, Mexico and Caribbean are arguably bigger. But, I don't know, got to start somewhere, and at least it might stop our colony from getting stumped up here, maybe. So I think I'm going to have to run this particular war at the lowest speed, simply because oh right, I'm also going to, no I'm not, is it peace? Oh, of course we're at war with the papal state, aren't we? Alright, fair enough, we can't do the war thing, at least until the papal state makes peace with us. However, I think Prussia, Austria and Poland between them, oh and Naples, will probably crush the papal state pretty quickly, notwithstanding this uprising. Right, cool. 2,000 army. Doesn't look too bad actually. So far I'm not seeing any signs of Poland being a terrible, undefeatable foe. Oh, completely forgot about this army. Okay, we'll start taking provinces with them. I'm not going to do a general for them. Sure who this is, Rio de Prata, right, excellent. I will crush your ships. Growing animosity. Alright. We've lost our historical friend status with Portugal. Which is a shame, but I have to conquer them sometime. Good. Take every piece of land they've got. I suppose what I could do is keep an eye out for alerts saying that we have conquered some land or other. Ooh. Okay, that's a combination. I think we won though. I'm busy keeping this navy under wraps. That's something. We'll refuse. However, do we not have a royal marriage with Austria? Because we should. Definitely should. Right. Oh, right, brilliant. Just take another bit of land. Good. Take this as well. Oh, this looks promising. So a combination army. They're taking Portugal down. Even more promising, it looks like they're being at war with someone else. Did I interrupt their war to attack them? Brilliant. I didn't even bother to check if they were already at war. But we may have picked a really good time to take them down. So we're going to have to find some new allies. It's not a big problem. We won't have any colonial allies, but then our colonies are the biggest anyway. And as long as we have decent allies here, which to be fair, Prussia and Austria are a pretty good combination. Hopefully we should be fine. Hey, check it out. Florida is helping. It's fine. Absolutely fine. Actually seems to be going better than I'd expected. It helped that we had some armies sort of stranded in North America. Okay, they've occupied Urbino. Didn't actually know they didn't already own that. They normally do. 18th of April. Brilliant. So I'm going to keep going on California. In some ways I'd kind of like to go straight for the capital, but as it is, let's take it slow and steady. Oh, they did own Urbino, it's just that we'd officially occupied it. Okay. Ship battles were a bit close. I think we're still winning though, which is good. Looks like Florida got routed. Sorry Florida, I did try. Keep thinking I've probably missed an alert somewhere. Okay, there's a big ship here. Is that big ship going to drop a big army? Not so far. Okay. Oh, hang on. That looks like a big army. Oh no, it's a big navy again. Right, okay, so that's a relief. See, it's the navies that tend to be the problem. I might even need to ground mine. Come on, Austria, Poland and Naples. I'm counting on you to take the Papal State out quickly. Really? Okay. Guess I better land then. I was rather enjoying blockading them. But I will happily land if it's going to cause a big problem. Now, I wonder where you're going. Oh, you're coming here. Perfect. Who are you? Oh, California. Well, that's good. You're the very people I am endeavouring to take out. Okay, this looks good. Looks like we're winning in North America, which was really the main place I was worried we were going to lose. So, happy days there. South America, how are we doing? You need to keep moving. One by one. To take the Portuguese land. Likewise for you. Let's try and take all of South Africa. No one's landed here yet. Surprised no one's attacked my navy yet. Okay, we have... Actually, let's see if we can take the enclave there before a ship arrives to blockade it. We might be able to fight a blockade, but then we might not. So I'm kind of hoping this navy gets forced to set off and gets minced before another navy comes to back them up. Like that one. So that one does look a bit big. Is this France again? Yep, France is definitely going to be our big problem. There's no Portuguese Mexico here anymore. They actually got kicked out by the natives. Okay, let's just start building a colony there, just for the hell of it. Ah, drats, right, okay, you move there, hopefully take down that army. I need to remember to click go to whenever I get these alerts. Take Carmen. So basically I'm just trying to make sure wherever my army goes, there's no coming back from it, so we just want to have every province occupied so that Portugal can't possibly fight back. Oh brilliant, we got there. So now sieging their two main castles. In fact, honestly, I should probably have taken that province rather than Porto. Porto's very rich, but that province is a pain. Oh, this isn't good, we're losing a naval battle. Come on guys, try and work together. On the plus side, it looks like Prussia's sieging them. On the minus side, it looks like they've allowed them to walk all over my lands up here. But never mind. Do we have any admin that we can use to boost stability? We do. That would probably be a good move. Still no signs of a big counter-attack. Quite the reverse, in fact. Looks like we are winning. Maybe even overwhelmingly. I think I might go for the capital. See how close we can get to 100% war score. Papal States on medium. Might be worth trying to make peace with the Papal State. I'm not really trying to conquer them particularly. The sooner they pull out, the sooner this whole thing should be over. Nope. Not willing to make a white peace. Incidentally, I'm mildly alarmed at how big the Papal States army is. Look at this. I suppose we are a bit later on in the game. Maybe my armies are a bit light. I'm surprised. Not sure why Austria's all the way over there either. Or indeed what Poland's doing. Come on guys, I can only really see Prussia. Excellent. Our expensive conversion of Timbuktu has finished. One of you not at least help Naples with their uprising. And how close do we have to get to 100% before this place finally caves in? Never mind. Right. Okay, looks like they're already on that one. So I'm going to move my army over there and hopefully start actually conflicting with the Portuguese armies. Finally. Okay, so now we're going to have a naval battle. Not sure how it's going to go, I have to say. It doesn't look good. They have a general, they've probably got more modern ships. Most of our ships are galleys, and unfortunately we're in the open sea. Still, never mind. Nothing we can do about it now. I did feel like it was our best chance to take down some Portuguese ships, but I guess it wasn't that good a chance after all. Right, so I did overestimate how much we needed these. Go and attack a Papal State. We are now dominating trade. 5 provinces across 3 different trade company regions. They're not on the same continent as your capital. Do we actually not already have that? Okay, so we lost the naval battle. Not a huge surprise. The navy is one of Portugal's big assets. Okay. What next? Right, you are sieging their capital, so that's good. It's looking like there may be no unoccupied lands left soon. In North America. South America's getting there as well. We just need to take down these remaining armies. Is the only problem. Who knows, maybe we'll be able to make an alliance with them after this anyway. Just because we're not historical friends anymore. Have to admit I kind of doubt it. Cool. Honestly, I'm starting to think I'm not necessary now. That's our actual colony, so maybe I'll go there. And maybe I'll fight people on the way, you never know. Oh, that's good. Caught someone. Good, good. Let's head up there. And here's the final South African province. Right, so we're on 46% war score. We've got all of Portugal. To be honest, I think it's mainly the Papal State that's holding out. So what I would like to do once this castle falls is head down to and that area, to be fair. To head down to Naples and help them out. Right, we can't go there, can we? Alright, so you're sieging a castle. I'll bring you back to Toledo for now. Got everything that we need here. That's fine. How are we doing down here though? Okay, we've still got an army wandering around. On the plus side, I think apart from that army... Oh, there are a few over here. Okay, let's head over here then. It's probably the best place we could go right now. Help Castilian Brazil out. Are they still getting subsidies? Actually not, so let's give them some pretty insane subsidies. They may not use them just yet. But we're going over to help anyway, so not too big an issue. Ooh, who's this? Another army. Badly wants dealing with. Where it came from? Caribus? Oh yeah, still placing Caribus that we haven't occupied. Got some Timbuktu and separatists, or was not expecting them. Well, can't be helped right now. More important things to deal with. Well, actually, we might be able to reach there from mainland Spain. Alright, so North America is ours. South America is nearly ours. But Caribus, Caribbean, still isn't. However, it does look like Cuba is working on it. So hopefully that's in good hands. See, they've taken Gran Canaria. Can't say I'm too worried by that. Right, so they are now blockading this. Huh. See if I can beat the blockade. Probably not, probably just going to get killed again. Yeah, not happening. No, but they're actually moving. They're actually just going to let us across. That's very kind of them. Okay, well in that case, let's go deal with the separatists. Speaking of, how are we doing in the Papal State? Who's this? Ah, peace offer from the Papal State. Okay, we have lived off the contribution of the nobles for a long period of time. I debate that. But yeah, sure, I don't mind paying you a ridiculous amount of money. You extortionate ingrates. Okay, right. What are they offering? 10 ducats to Spain. Okay. We'll assume that... Oh, that's good. I can help with the siege, and then eventually the noble rebels will attack, and I'll be waiting for them. Actually, looks like Poland might be coming to help with the noble rebels as well. That is the good thing, I suppose. Now the Papal State's out of it, it's just us against Portugal. And apart from Caribus, they are suffering. Right, so we are definitely not exiled, are we? I don't think we are. We should be fine. I appear to have lost a general somehow. Not sure how, but I'm going to make another one. So maybe I haven't lost a general. Still, I'd rather have one. Thank you very much. So, what have we got? Okay, apparently Portugal's fighting back in a big way. We have made some progress in New Zealand, which is good. Not. So where's this come from? Portuguese Peru. I'm sure we should have the upper hand here. Navies are struggling a bit. How are we doing? Oh, cool. We're in. Also, it looks like Prussia's come to help in the Americas now. So that is a plus. Spanish Peru haven't actually taxed them yet, so yeah, let's tax them. Okay, so Prussia is here. Send someone to organise a response. So where's the best place for us to go? Honestly, I'm starting to feel like we've got this sorted. So I might just head over there, simply because it's a good place to leave it. We are getting high war exhaustion now. But it should just be a matter of time before we get an extremely high war score. Was that our diplomat in France being discovered, or was it a diplomat from France? Nope, agent discovered. Okay, so support rebels. French peasants are too expensive. I tend to go off this percentage here. Can't quite afford provincial separatists, unfortunately. All we can afford is Navarrese separatists. I'm not sure I want them. Okay, well I've already got a loan, so let's just take another one. That's fine. Also, we're no longer at war with France, so with the Papal State, but it might not be worth proclaiming a holy war now because the war probably won't last much longer, so I'm going to improve stability again. Okay, so we have more money now, so provincial separatists, and we'll stop building a spy network. So we weren't able to sow discontent or any of the other things we would have liked to do. And why is there a Portuguese army sitting in Castile now? I am not happy about that. I don't know where you came from, but I really don't think you should be there. Battle. But we've also sorted Naples out, so that's something. We've got a self-sustaining colony. Brilliant. Just another colonist. Seriously? Also, why can't I move here? Oh, sorry, those are ships. Me not paying attention. So where's my actual army? Because I'm just thinking they may as well protect the colony. Oop! There we go. They're back. They're back to sort us out. Right, okay. So, on the whole, given that it's going to be a bit of a pain to go any further, maybe we should consider seeing what kind of peace deal we can make. So they can cede us a lot of their country. They will also cede us colonial Peru. I mean, it's not bad. Just wondering if I'd rather have the colonial stuff first. So I don't care as much about the Caribbean. If we take La Plata and Mexico, that gives us quite a lot of stuff. It's a pain not owning that, but then... We did have a claim on Porto, didn't we? Okay, let's accept that. Right, okay then. Right, let's head back down. No, it's not going to let us. Fine. Okay, we fulfilled some missions. Incan hordes. We have fulfilled. Gained a fair bit of money. Okay, I think that's the only one. Also need to court Porto. We also need to start finishing off these ideas. Form their own assembly. That's a little harsh. They more or less only just made you. Right, so in effect, Portugal has basically ceded the entirety of South America to us. So we have all of their former colonies. They've also ceded Portuguese Mexico to us, so New Spain is now now has all the territory that Portuguese Mexico did. So I think we can claim to be... Oh, Portugal, of course. I think we can claim to be absolutely dominant in South America and dominant in North America as well now, so that's good. We've also gained 2 new merchants because we've instantly got New Spain and Spanish Peru to 10 provinces. So let's just do the merchants. I feel we need to be too careful about this. Chesapeake Bay, okay, just transfer trade power. And Coiba, okay, transfer trade power. Guessing that's one of the American ones, so that's Chesapeake Bay. Oh, here we go, Coiba, yeah. Okay, cool. So we've got a pretty good handle on trade. And yeah, we're definitely dominating South America. Okay, we need to get rid of most of our generals now. Right, isn't it? We're still building colonies, that's good. Okay, I think we better improve relations with Spanish Peru. Spanish La Plata I might actually give some subsidies to instead, because I want them to keep colonising. I think we've already got a bunch of subsidies going to Castilian Brazil. Already got subsidies going there as well. New Spain. Yeah, definitely. Have a bunch of subsidies. Florida. Spanish Canada. That's, oh, and Tierra Austral, of course. Need our diplomat back to make that work. Okay, next move. We should now be able to annex these. We will need to improve relations, I think. But once we get to 190, I think we can annex them. Or maybe not. At least one core province that is close enough for us to annex. So that's interesting. That could be a problem. Might need to find another way to get rid of them. Oh well. Not to worry. Right. So we don't need to worry about any of this area or this area. We do need to worry about these areas though. France is doing their best to colonise South America, so we need to start fighting back. Hoping the new subsidies for Castilian Brazil will make a big difference. So presumably I can't do the Apaches either. It's a bit upsetting. Right, war exhaustion is high, so people are very sick of war, so we should avoid starting any more wars. We have far too many diplomatic relations, of course. Also in danger of going above our force limit. Although that has raised quite a bit, so it's possible that when we do replace our military advisor, won't cause as many problems as I would have thought. Okay, brilliant. Right, well, we are coring some provinces, so that will perhaps explain why we are a bit down on the money. Lightman hasn't fired yet, but it presumably can't be long. You see, we could still have an alliance with Portugal if we wanted one. Interesting. Not sure it's worth it though. We're kind of doing better with our alliance with Prussia, to be honest. Yeah, still haven't managed to put a Habsburg on the throne. There's obviously one on the throne of Austria and Bohemia. Maybe I'll improve relations with Bohemia. Although I think there's still enemies with Prussia and Austria, so I can't really ever ally them. Right, fair enough. Scotland is still hanging in there. So I do kind of feel like France is going to be the next problem, although we could get around it by trying to crush Great Britain first. Colonially, France is most powerful. Great Britain should be getting pretty powerful now, though. Not to worry. Anyway, I was quite pleased with the result there. I wasn't sure what was going to happen going in. But clearly we were far more powerful than Portugal was, and our allies were more powerful than their allies. Because, of course, they've been used to just hiding behind us all game anyway. Which, to be honest, is probably what I'd recommend if you're playing Portugal. See, the Ottomans are growing quite a bit. Could be a concern. But yeah, pretty happy with that. Colonies are growing well. We've taken most of Portugal's colonies. So we're definitely the dominant power in the Americas, and I think in Australia as well, and the area around. So I guess we'll keep peace for a while our war exhaustion goes down, and just try and capitalise on it. Finish the coring we were doing. That's a point. We do need to eliminate some generals as a matter of moderate urgency. I can't believe our power projection is only 14. Grief. We just took over half of the Americas. Okay, so who else has a general? Right, you have a general. I'm going to hazard a guess that this one is less important. So that's this one, isn't it? So if we do a no leader for you. Not totally sure, I'm just going off the overall number of pips. Okay, we also need to start rebuilding our navy. Although we still have 26 transport ships, so it's not disastrous. Yeah, not too bad. So yeah, I think I'll probably finish there, but that was fairly successful. Taking a little bite out of Portugal down here as well, but the main thing that we did here was to take over the Americas, so we need to make absolutely sure we keep our colonies on board. Spanish Peru has already done their own assembly, which is probably fine. In fact, we should probably make more use of the subject screen now. So we need to be concerned about liberty desire. I mean, as long as it's below 50, that's fine, but you see Spanish Peru is on 30. So they're more dangerous. Ideally, we want this as close to 200 as possible, so we should probably start sending our diplomats. And this is the main reason, well, it's one of the reasons we took diplomatic ideas. So we should be able to keep on top of them. Hopefully we'll do a better job of improving relations. I'm going to try and finish the defensive ideas group, and then we will have to start catching up on the military again. I'd just quite like to finish the group. Although it will probably put us behind France. temporarily. I'll put a bit more in this time. Make an effort. Okay. So yeah, but certainly colonially, now that we've taken Portugal out, France is our big problem. Now if we could manage to... who have they got? Oh, that's convenient. We're allied with Bohemia. Do you know where... Benin. Okay. If we could manage to get Prussia and Austria to join in attacking them again. As long as we make sure we're up to date with them in terms of military power, I think there's a decent chance that we will actually win. Which would be perfect if we could. We could take some of their colonies, as many of them as we can manage, and then we should be more or less unassailable. Colonially. It may just be a question of capitalising on the extra power we've got to finish them off. I don't feel we'll have any problems finishing Portugal off now, which is good because we do have a mission for Recover Portugal. So seeing as we didn't manage to do it peacefully through personal union. Oh, we do have a Habsburg on the throne actually, don't they? Maybe I should have persevered. I hadn't realised we'd managed to get a Habsburg. Unless I did realise and I'd forgotten. But then we can't wait forever either. Well, we'll see. Give it a bit of thought. Right now we need to give the army time to recover its manpower. We need to see whether we can still maintain this size of army once we no longer have a general that increases our land force limit monitor. Not general, military advisor. Ideally we need to try to get our finances up further so that we can have 3+3 advisors and not just one. And yeah, still a lot to do, but 1684, we've still got nearly 150 years left, so still some time to knock some things off this mission tree. Bearing in mind as well that we've also still got to take this land. And we're going to keep colonising over time. Oh, excellent, we might be about to make another colony. Hang on a minute, apparently that's not the colony we've just finished. I wonder why it brought me here then. Portugal are offering us an alliance. Might be harmless now? Oh, I suppose I'll go for it. We've got a royal marriage with him anyway. Maybe there's still some chance. Okay, need to find the colony that just completed. It's got that one. Where else are we building colonies? New Zealand. New Zealand is the other place, so I guess it took me to entirely the wrong spot. No, it didn't. Okay, now I'm confused. I would swear that it told me it had finished a colony. But it can't have done because we don't have a colonist available. Maybe there was just an uprising or an event and I just misread it. So yeah, in any case, so we'll consolidate for a bit and then we will give some thought as to what to do next. We still need to take down the Aztecs. I think we still need to take down Cajamarca. Can't tell without any diplomats, but I think we have a number of claims here. I need to decide what to do with these two actually. Because if we can't annex them, then they're not a lot of use to us, to be honest. Might even be better to just break the vassalisation. Because they're costing us diplomatic points. Shipbuilding boom. Build ships quicker. Does cost us in prestige. Oh well. I can do one of them, I suppose. And it looks like it's free monarch point day, so I'm just going to do that before anything else. Seek support to the clergy, demand administrative support, establish new missions, send an emissary to the Pope, call diet, and demand military support. And also raise additional levies because you seem to be surprisingly loyal. And also benign diplomats, which should help us improve relations further. Might even go the whole hog and break this vassalization as well. It's going to lower our prestige to almost unheard of low levels, but at least we can start rebuilding it from there. Probably start with the next papal favour we get. I think we've got more invested than usual, but so has everyone else. So, right. Excellent. We're good. Okay, cool. Right, definitely leave it there. That's been a very long session, but pretty successful. So yeah, hopefully a bit more peaceful next time. Although once the citizens have recovered, I might actually start looking at taking Songhai again. Maybe start spying again, because I would like to link these up, and it is going to take a while, so every time we can do a little bit we certainly should. But that's it. I will see you next time.